Clerk, can we start the meeting?
This is the agenda review council meeting on Thursday, October 1st, 2020 at 6:38 p.m. Location is the Zoom video conference platform.
The meeting is called to order at 6:52 p.m. Clerk, can you call the roll?
Councilor Stevenson,
Present.
Councilor Gowdy, Councilor Martin,
Present.
Councilor Smith, Councilor Smith, Councilor Austin,
Present.
we have remarks of the public on agenda items.
Here's somebody.
Made on ordinance 2620, it says second read, and I'll read it for the edification of whoever else doesn't have it. Amending ordinance 2626, which amend ordinance 3616.
Wait, what are you reading?
Making appropriation in various funds for the current.
I think you may have the wrong agenda.
This is the one we have. I have the same thing.
This is from September,
That's from
Nate.
September, here go one right here. Here go
Oh,
the other day.
from September. I wonder why you couldn't get into the meeting.
Hold it 1 second, please. It's not, I don't have
the
any.
agenda here.
I have them. Give us a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Charles left the building.
I got you. Okay, we got it.
Okay. We're at minutes to be approved.
Remarks for the public. These things, these the same as what I was reading.
I can't hear you, O'May.
Wait, on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. It was the same way, ordinance 2920. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept Ohio Department of Public Safety from the Office of Criminal Justice. I don't have my glasses on. Criminal Justice Service, OCJS, grant to the police department in the amount of $26,657.06 for the public health, safety, and welfare. Have this ordinance came before council and the committee to be discussed, and I know it's coming from criminal justice service. So is this a grant or what is this? If anybody knows, is this a grant or is this money that he asked them to spend in the police department? And the police department. And these, this is I'm trying to me, it's kind of just confusing here. It says, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept Ohio Department of Public Safety from the Office of Criminal Justice Service. Grant to the police department in the amount of $26,657. Now, what is this grant you accepting? What is it for? And what is going to be spent on? And because it doesn't say anything here, so I would like for someone to articulate what this money is going to be spent on.
Well, I believe that that's in the back.
Say that again?
We don't have that.
You have it,
Here. Okay, according to the back up here, this is supplemental emergency funding. Let's see what we're gonna do.
Madam President?
Go ahead, Mr. Austin.
Yes,
I don't see a lot of anything here.
there is, a requirement that we can review the concern and or question, and then we answer at the end of the meeting, and that would allow us to continue with the meeting, and
Well,
then.
I understand that, but for my own, when
Yeah,
I start to look through here, I didn't see what I needed to see.
yeah, it was
So we
a,
can, if there's anyone else that wants to speak, you can go ahead.
you want to talk about that question, or you talking about the next citizen that wants?
Hello, I'm asking, is anyone from the administration here?
The mayor is
Hello?
online. The mayor is online, Nate Martin.
Okay, can he respond to 2920? He should know what the grant is for. It's a
Yes.
first read, so this is our,
Yeah, Councilman,
yes.
Council President, yes, thank you. So this grant, you should have received maybe 2-3 months ago, all the paperwork that went to this grant. This was one of 2 grants in which the police department asked for a number of requests for the grants to pay for.
The grant.
Some of those things would include PPE, equipment, and machinery to continually sanitize, germicide, and quat the police environment, whether it's the cars, the jail, the back offices, you name it, police related. That's what this money is for. And this is one of a number of grants they've been applying for to do just that. For greater detail, I can get you again another copy of that. That's no problem. We are working with the fire department to get more grants to address COVID-19 and all that.
Okay, Mayor Brandon King, there's no match for this, is that correct?
Yes, and I think that is the most important thing here. It's a grant. There's no match. It can be used for what it was applied for. So you have to look at the grant, see what it was applied for, and then we spend it on that.
Would you be kind enough to have everybody get a copy of it so they'll have it, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk? Madam Clerk?
Yes, we have minutes to be approved. September 1st, 2020, regular council meeting minutes. September 10th, 2020, agenda review meeting minutes. And also September 22nd, 2020, regular council meeting minutes.
Approved.
You get proof now.
We'll move it to agenda.
Reports and announcements. Mayor King?
Thank you, Council President. I will have a report and announcements for next Tuesday. between now and then, if we could all keep pushing to get out and fill out the census stuff, that would be appreciated. It's a hard challenge here. Our last meeting we talked extensively about CDBG dollars, and the census numbers directly affect that. I know we've been trying, but let's keep trying to get this census statistics up. But thank you.
Mayor King, can you, or does anyone in East Cleveland at this time have any idea of what or where our low spots are, where we're missing the count?
So Mr. Harp at NOAA did have a map. It was, at that point, I want to say, at this point, a month old as to where a number of these spots are, but we can pretty much guesstimate where our troubled areas are, apartment complexes, high rises, and then
Really?
miscellaneous. Yeah, so those have always been challenging places to get it, and I don't mean someplace like the Owl's Nest or Helen S. Brown, right? I would speak more of Apthorpe has always been a challenge getting those numbers, and then of course the three towers up here have always been a challenge.
So you're saying wards 2 and 3?
And Ward 4, because you got Crystal Towers down in 4, and then you got a number of apartment buildings up on Noble that we were told weeks ago were challenging getting that. The thing I hate most about it is that we know the people are there. We know they're there. It's just how do we convey that to the census people so that we can get counted. Actually, the county commissioner's been out here, Commissioner Armin Budish, trying to help us. We're at the Salvation Army trying to help boost participation in the census because it directly impacts our allocations. We were at 32%?
33%.
Yeah, so I mean, we gotta get those numbers up. Simply have to get those numbers up.
Okay. Madam Clerk?
I may go back. I just wanted to make a note that we did receive the grant packet from Chief of Police Department.
It's in here.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Thank you. We're at receipts of communication and petitions. One is from the McGregor Development. It's the proposal summary. And the next one is the Energy Transfer Pipeline Safety and Mitigation Literature. We have reports from council committees, contracts and properties.
Did you, is the McGregor stuff in here?
Yeah, and what it is one sheet of paper. It's their proposal summary. And I printed it out as best I could. They sent me a Excel. It was PDF, and then I asked them if they had anything else that I could print out. And they sent me the same Excel, but not a PDF. So as it stands right now, this is what we have.
So we get the summary and the proposal.
I don't see anything.
It's one sheet. It should be in front
I
of,
don't know what that is because I don't see it.
And it would be nice if we could get the full proposal and not just only the summary.
I'm trying to get that.
Okay.
It's one sheet of paper. It's the Ohio Housing Finance Agency, and it's very small.
Oh, okay.
And it should be, it would have been in front of the other communication. It would have been in front of the pipeline safety and mitigation literature from Energy Transfer.
I don't see that either.
So it would have been behind the minutes There's three
Okay,
sets of minutes.
So it's not,
I see it, I have it,
Yeah,
everyone, I have it,
yeah.
yeah.
No, it's not here.
I think it was a part of that dispatch packet that we reviewed on yesterday. So I remember seeing it in that large document
Yeah.
screen now.
No, all I have here is this, it's OCJS grant. No, thank you. I don't see anything there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Can you see the screen?
got it.
We have it, Gallion and Martin, we have it.
I saw it also.
I'm so glad for you. Oh, okay. Proposal summary.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Oh, proposal summary, okay, what is this? Okay, now, Mayor, Mr. Mayor, are you on the line?
Yes, Council President.
Okay. I have a question. Well, my question on this basically has to deal with, not so much what they putting on top of the, well, I guess it is so much about what they putting on top of the ground. And I guess it's because I live up here and everything that they do over there at McGregor ends up over here somewhere. So I guess my concern here is, okay, they want to build a new facility, but who is building the infrastructure? This will be the third build out of McGregor. And how is it that our infrastructure is going to continue to carry all of this? The first time, I can tell you it was disastrous. There was a mess in the middle of Lee Road as a result. And I mean, how are we going to keep carrying all of this? The more housing you add, the more you compile onto the sewer lines, the electrical lines. Like this week, we've had 3 power outages. So I guess my concern is the infrastructure.
So I understand your concern, and it's a beautiful concern. It's a concern that we have as well. And one of the things that is done during the process of looking at the blueprint, the schematics, and what you're gonna do, is how you increase the flow of water and utilities to the facility, and then the safe transfer of wastewater out of the facility. And one of the things we also know is that the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District does a phenomenal job in managing the sewer water infrastructure. And on our behalf, County Public Works does a fantastic job. So this project is being federally funded, and I assure you that this project has been looked over with a fine-tooth comb. In fact, and I'm happy to say this, Ben Carson was scheduled to be here earlier this year, and a storm happened coming out of Chicago, I think it was, and it prevented him from coming to make the announcement as they awarded these dollars to the McGregor. So this is a big project that has been thoroughly scrutinized, and I assure you that they have taken all the proper and necessary steps to make sure the utilities, particularly water and sewer, are maintained adequately. I'm not sure how the sewer leaves the McGregor, if it comes down Lee Road. I'm not sure whether
There's two sewers. One is on Terrace Road and one is on Lee Road. The Lee Road piece is where the sewage system spilled over into the road some years ago. And ever since that has occurred, we have been getting backed up. Last year, I believe, the Terrace Road sewer had to be repaired or replaced with something. There's a big patch over there in the road where they were working. So we've had some experiences. It's just, how are we getting this stuff out of here? Because it seems like it's coming in our basements. It's not.
So best case scenario is that they, put in new piping. And as you know, with cars, when you fix something here, something over here breaks. So if in fact they go to adjust that and something breaks downstream, the sewer district does phenomenal work in then going to address those problems. We have to keep in mind that our city is over 100 years old, and much of that infrastructure is basically outdated and needs replacing. So I say all that to say it's a great project that's federally funded, and it will be scrutinized. What I would ask is that you closely monitor what's going on in your house and in your neighborhood, so that when something happens, we bring it up immediately, so that it can be looked at and addressed by the proper department, whether it's Cleveland Water, County Public Works, or the sewer district.
Okay, everybody is frozen. All right. I just, I don't know. I don't know how cities, plan for infrastructure. I know they plan for buildings, but I just would like them to plan for some infrastructure also for some of these buildings, because it's killing us. Clerk?
We have reports from council committees, contracts and property. Meeting.
My meeting, thank you. My meeting is definitely gonna be at City Hall, and it's going to be October the 8th at 6:30. And, that's my report, contract and property.
Health and safety.
Health and safety, Madam Clerk, is going to be October 13th at 5:30. I think that's Tuesday. I want to bring to your attention that I'm planning on meeting in the courtroom, and I'm hoping that you're going to have me tape, but it's enough space to space 10 people out there, 6 feet apart. So also, I'm requesting to the mayor that he has a video guy there to video the meeting. This is going to be the first meeting we've had in the courtroom in the last 5 months or so. So health and safety is scheduled for Tuesday, October 13th at 5:30. Also, my last request is when you go in stores, they take your temperature and all like that. Is there any way where we can do that for those who may want to come to the meeting? Mayor? Yeah, no, but he got the stuff.
Yes, we will.
equipment.
Huh?
That's not.
Yeah.
I think the mayor's trying to answer your question.
Yeah,
Yes, so absolutely. So the court does a fantastic job in doing just that. When they have some of their busier days, we can get a community police officer to administer that. So we have a number of temperature radars. We can do that.
and will you make sure that the video guy, Mr. Harris, I think is his name, is there to video the meeting?
Absolutely. So Drew is on the call. I'm taking Drew. Would you please put it on your calendar to show up at that date and time as Councilman just mentioned?
And I definitely gonna need him because I believe that's council. We need a temperature check.
Next, we have the finance committee.
Finance committee met today at 5:30. The next meeting is going to be on 10/6/2020 at 4 p.m. on Zoom. To continue our discussions from today.
Okay. General Services Committee.
Greetings, according to this schedule, the General Services Committee will meet on October the 22nd at 5:30 p.m. I believe we're gonna still be on Zoom. so more to follow. And I'd like to know who else is on the committee. I didn't receive the update.
I believe that,
Just correct the calendar, I have it, Council Vice President Gowdy,
Can you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
no,
General services?
you keep
Sorry.
fading out, Councilman.
You hear me for general services?
You
The
keep
next general
fading
service
out.
meeting? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
General Services and Administration will meet on Thursday, October 22nd at 5:30 p.m. We will remain on Zoom until further notice.
thank you.
we have personnel and appointments,
Mr. Smith is absent.
okay. Are there any proclamations? Are
We have
there,
no proclamation,
are there any bids?
no bids.
We have legislation. Ordinance 29-20, this is a first read. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the Ohio Department of Public Safety from the Office of Criminal Justice Services, OCJS, grant to the police department in the amount of $26,657.06 for the public health, safety, and welfare. This is requested by Brandon L. King, Mayor, sponsored by Nathaniel Martin, Counselor, and co-sponsored by Counselor Kareem Stevenson, President.
I'd like to also co-sponsor that legislation.
Okay. Madam Clerk,
Yes,
yeah, we went over it, and you know, it's PPE, sanitized, and there's no match. So, Mr. Austin wants to be added as a sponsor too, as a co-sponsor. So, I think we should, I'm recommending we move forward on this, ordinance 29-20 at the next meeting, council meeting.
He's requested to move it to the agenda, clerk.
okay.
Does everybody, I'm fine with them moving it. Ms. Gowdy,
Yes, I'm fine.
I support.
Mr. Austin?
Yes, ma'am. I support. Move it.
Okay. Clerk?
We have resolution 33-20, this is a first read, declaring racism as a public health crisis in the city of East Cleveland, Ohio. Further, establishing a work group to address the social ills that contribute to the vast iniquities in our community that cause health disparities among minorities and people of color by the East Cleveland City Council. African Americans and other minority groups who have less access to high-quality medical care, cleaner environments, and health fresh food, and are dying at greater rates than others. Racism is a driver of health inequity, and this resolution therefore established a work group to remove racist barriers and promote racial equality in the city of East Cleveland, Ohio. This is requested by Kareem C. Stevenson, President, and sponsored by Juanita Gowdy, Vice President, Nathaniel Martin, Counselor, Tim Austin, Counselor, and Ernest Smith, Counselor.
Now, before y'all start yelling, I just put everybody's name on there so that nobody have nothing to say crazy. So if you don't want your name on there, we can just take it off.
So let's the resolution, if you can make it say healthy, fresh foods, and then that way we can be, somebody comes behind us, they'll know that we.
Right, I see
It just
this.
say healthy. It
No,
says,
it says health, it
okay.
doesn't say healthy.
Right.
And it also needs to say establishes instead of established. Those are just two.
And if that's okay, where it says racism is the driver of health inequities, I would suggest racism is the driver of health disparities. We get disparities because of the racism.
Yeah.
Well, it's inequities and disparities.
Mm-hmm.
But it says health disparities, Mr. Martin.
Yeah.
Contributes to the vast inequities in our community.
I see, okay, I see it now. Okay,
Okay.
I'm fine with that then, thank you.
There is no change requested?
No,
Okay.
On your view, healthy.
Right.
I have healthy and I have the
Establishes.
established.
Okay. What's your pleasure?
move it forward.
We can move it.
Gowdy,
Yeah, move it forward.
Mr. Austin,
I support.
thank you. Clerk,
Resolution 3420, this is a first read. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As such, the city of East Cleveland recognizes the need to bring attention to this disease that has caused so many such great harm and remorse. The city of East Cleveland encourages all of its medical institutions to provide free screenings for breast cancer during this time of recognition. And encourage
and will.
What is ill? And
Will, it should say will.
Real.
And will. And will encourage partnerships that assist in making the citizens aware of the effects of breast cancer in our community in 2020 and beyond. This is requested by Corinne C. Stevenson, President, and Juanita Gowdy, Vice President.
Which, Councilman Nathaniel Martin is a sponsor too,
Okay?
co-sponsor.
Now, I'll sponsor this one also, so.
Okay.
Correction to make.
I'm sorry.
Now you all know as a sponsor, you gotta wear pink, right?
Yes, I'm pink. I'm pink. Pink
I'm
time.
just kidding.
I'm man enough to wear it.
That's good. But, this is October, this is, Cancer Awareness Month. And if you've had anybody, and most of us have had somebody in our family that has had cancer, has passed from cancer, I know I've had both. And so I just thought that the council, that this would be a good way for the council to take some recognition and try to encourage our medical facilities to work with people who are less fortunate and may not have health insurance for these kinds of examinations. What's your pleasure?
We can move. Yeah, we can move it forward. That's true. Agenda.
Everybody agree to move it forward?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree to move it forward to the
Yes,
agenda.
ma'am.
Thank you. We have remarks and requests of the public.
3 minutes.
This is Dr. Bohoviac, and I have
Go
a couple
ahead.
of things I'd like to say. One is regarding the water and the McGregor thing. They should be asked or requested to do rain gardens to take care of the rainwater so that there would be less problem with runoff. Another thing is regarding the health disparities and the breast cancer. There is a state bill House Bill 292, which would be Medicare for all for the state of Ohio. Health disparities would decrease if everybody had coverage and didn't have to worry about big premiums and deductibles and co-pays and lack of insurance. And it would be in good if the council could both ask our state senator and our state representative to support that and to have a resolution in support of Medicare for all. And the third,
What is the bill number?
292, House Bill 292. And the third
Okay.
thing is that I'd like a copy of whatever that was about pipeline something or another that the
Yeah.
council members
Okay.
got.
The energy transfer, pipeline safety and mitigation.
Yeah. And I would like that sent to me by email unless there's some reason it can't be.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there anyone else?
Excuse me.
Alderman Hayes, not castigating the format and the way I am. The request by Brandon L. King, sponsored by, well, anyway, that should be at the top of the proposed ordinance that you are proposing, not at the bottom of it. That doesn't make sense. And you have to read all the way down, and then you see some sponsors. That should be moved up to the top. And then if you are offering this legislation, Madam Chairman, you should say sponsored by Stevenson, or what have you, not requested by you. If you sponsor this legislation, you're not requesting it. You are the council. The mayor then requests you to do something. You are sponsoring, you're the author of the piece of legislation, and so you're sponsoring the piece of legislation. Those are the things I just want to bring to your attention to correct from this point forward.
Thank you, Mr. Mays.
Justin Anderson, 14436 Terrace Road. Just want to say this was a great meeting. It was actually professional and it was calm. For some reason, I don't know why, but the meetings used to be all loud and crazy, but lately they've been calm. And I just want to say that the council is doing a really good job at this format that you're using, because these meetings are calm and professional now. That's it.
We have response of council and the mayor to remarks of the public.
Mayor King?
Thank you, Council President. I have a brief remark. And I often find myself referring back to Councilman Martin. When we were on council, we had that big to-do passing the stormwater project from the sewer district. So I'm sure you remember that, Councilman Martin. And remembering that, part of that had to do with new construction of buildings. And it comes out of it's the MRS, forget the acronyms for it. I say all that to say that just like the Mildred L. Brewer facility, for those of you who have been in it, you'll see a kind of a rain garden, if you will, in there to catch that rainwater, which is what one of the residents spoke of. The McGregor will have that same setup. So that has been addressed. So I just wanted to make council aware of that. And then that's all I really had.
Thank you. Ms. Gowdy, Councilor Gowdy.
Yes, I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and it was thank you from your compliment, Justin Anderson. Thank you, Irby, for coming out and supporting us. Thank you, Patricia, each and every one of Mays. I want to thank you, each and every one of you out there that have not spoken. We still want to thank you for coming out and supporting us in council meeting. And it's been a good meeting, and we just need to continue moving forward in the work that we have to do on council. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gowdy. Mr. Austin, Councilor Austin.
Greetings, thank you very much. I looked up House Bill 292. It is basically for workers' compensation for police and fire for public servants that catch cancer or get terminally ill while they're performing the service that they're going to perform. And
Oh, yeah, I remember.
House bill for everybody's health care. So more to follow, and like I say, bills change every day, especially if they're still on the floor. Just a little background, because I remember that there was a firefighter that caught cancer while he was on duty. They would cover his health care costs until he actually went before the Ohio legislation, and then they decided they would cover his health costs, and that was the pivotal point to get health care for those folks that, you know, catch cancer in the line of duty. So I do applaud the council for looking forward to get to a place where everybody is doing what they are required to do to serve, to use Councilor Smith's note, the health, interest, rights, and needs of the people. So I ask that we all keep our focus and do that. So as we get a little closer to where we need to be, it's going to be some growing pains. And we all need to be able to respectfully endure those growing pains until we get to a place where, you know, we're thriving. So more to follow, and until the next time, take care.
Councilor Martin.
We're in the council office, and we've been here for the last 2 or 3 months. And fortunately, we have members from the public that come here. It's very tight. We need a bigger room, I'm going to be meeting October 13th in a courtroom, but we need a room that we've had over the years, and the mayor always brings my name up because I've been around a while, but we had an office for years, for many, many years upstairs. So we need an office where when we have committee meetings like this, as we're doing Zoom, where people can sit around the table. I know the office upstairs, room 215, is supposed to be damaged. There's something going on. But we need a place where we want to meet with 4 or 5 or 6 or more citizens. We have room. The council office is not big enough. Now, we're jammed right here in front of the computer, and we move around. It's hard to take notes and that type of thing. So I'm reaching out to the entire council, and especially the mayor. We need a room. I know the room next door here in finance is not used that much, and maybe the room down, it used to be down the hall when you come out the council office and make a left. But we need a room where we can have meetings, not necessarily in the courtroom, but for the public. If we want to meet with 10 or 15 people or more, and we need to kind of get that done before the end of the year. It shouldn't be that difficult, okay? But this is kind of crunched here. So I'm putting that out there so we can, I'm asking especially the mayor to see what can be done for us to get another room. We need another room. We've always had another room. Now, we gave the room up for, because they asked for it. Right, and then we got a deputy clerk coming, so that's gonna make it even more. So I'm reaching out especially to the administration to find us a room where we can get at least 10 or 15 with a computer. The room upstairs in closing is very nice. It's up, the computer and the module is up in the air. We didn't get 20 people in there. We need something along that line. Okay, we are a group of 5 people, you know, and that's not including the citizens. So keep that in mind. So Mayor, I'll be following up with you to see if we can come up with something as soon as possible. And then we need to provide it with the amenities that you have in room 215 and the amenities that you have in your office. Thank you very much.
Okay, I guess that leaves me. And the only thing basically I have is that, the council, or should I say, well, because of the amount of things that I have to do, I wanted to get involved in the census and the voter registration process like I was last year. And so I'm too busy to go out and collect register people. So what I decided was that I was going to find somebody to take people to the polls on election day. And I have to pay somebody to do that, and I have to have enough space to take several people at one time. So what I've done is I've gone out and sifted through the community. I'm trying to, and what I would like to do is put our resources back in the community. And along with Ms. Gowdy's assistance, our plan is to rent a bus so that we can take people back and forth to the polls on election day. The notices are up locally in the office and on the internet, and people can call the office, leave a message. We will glean that information from there, and from there we will be picking people up to take the free souls to the polls. That's pretty much the biggest effort I'm working on right now because of the time crunch. With that, I don't have anything else.
Madam President, I move that the meeting be adjourned.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting is adjourned at 7:40 p.m. Oh, the mayor wants to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mayor.
I'm sorry, Council President, I was just waving bye to everybody. That's all.
Okay. Good night.